I'm here today to announce the 27th head coach in team history and introduce Jeff Blashill.
Jeff Blashill, obviously, 19 years of Griffins hockey. Lots of players have gone on to the National Hockey League. A few other staffers. Proud of all of them. This might be one of the best days, I think, in the 19-year history of this franchise. First of all, on behalf of the Griffins and the entire organization, congratulations on a job that obviously you have more than earned.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's been an unreal 3 years that I spent in Grand Rapids. It'll be a time that I cherish forever. I believe in memories and moments, and I've got lots of great memories and moments from that time. What a great organization to be a part of. What a great city to be a part of. It'll always be a part of my life for sure. I'm excited about this new opportunity. But there's part of me that will certainly miss my time in Grand Rapids.
Jeff, some of us had the chance to work with you every day for 3 years, and what a blessing that has been. And it was, for me, it was surreal being in that press conference today because it's something that we kind of felt was going to happen. I felt it for a long time. For you, was it surreal? I mean, given all the, everything that goes into this, fact you're from this area, the first Michigan native to coach a Red Wings team. I mean, what were your thoughts as this morning progressed along?
Yeah, we drove in last night and stayed at a hotel down here, and as we drove in past Joe Louis, at that moment there was a little bit of surreal that, hey, you know what, I'm a Michigan kid, I'm going to coach the Red Wings. That's a really cool thing for sure. Today, it's just focused on trying to make sure that I delivered a good message of what, first of all, a bunch of thank yous. I couldn't thank enough people. You just don't have time. There's so many people that have been huge impacts in my life, and just delivering the message of what I'm about. But it's a cool thing. My parents got to be here. They lived in Detroit for a long period of time, and my wife and kids here obviously as well. And it's been an incredible journey. It's great to be able to share it with them and with everybody else.
I've never been able to get a lot of emotion out of you, and I couldn't help but think the movie The Rookie, when Jimmy Morris makes it to the major leagues after all those years, he calls his son, who's about the same age as Teddy, and he tells him, hey, your dad's going to be a major league pitcher. And of course, at the end of the conversation, his son says, my dad's going to be a big league pitcher. What's that like for you and Teddy right now?
Well, it's cool. I think Teddy is old enough to grasp the situation for sure. I think when we were here last time, he was probably just a little young to understand how cool it is and what a neat opportunity it is. So I think that's awesome. I know he told, I guess, when Erica picked up my kids the other day at school and said, hey, it's done. Dad's going to be the coach of the Red Wings. He said, hey, can I open up the window and scream that out? Erica said, no, you got to keep it in. So I mean, it's a cool thing for sure. Just again, special to be able to share it with a lot of special people.
And so there were a lot of this thing, as Ken Holland said, it was the worst kept secret in the history of the game. But there were certain leaks, I think. So we all know it was Teddy that was leaking into the school, and that's where it all began, right?
Yeah, it might have been that for sure. I think Teddy's exact quote was, "Well, my dad might be the coach of the Red Wings, but I can't say anything." So he must have a good future keeping his lips tight, I guess. So
love the stat too that was thrown out in the press conference today about the fact that you're the first American-born coach. Mm-hmm. of the Red Wings, and 27th coach. How many years this original six franchise? I mean, that's an incredible. It caught you by surprise, didn't it?
Yeah, it did catch me. I had no idea. I think my first response was, "What's taking so long?" There's lots of great American coaches out there. There's lots of great American coaches in the NHL, but I think I'm especially proud of coming up through college, coming up through the USHL. Sometimes I don't know if it gets the respect it deserves in the National Hockey League, and I'm proud of the fact that I know there's lots of other great coaches I've coached against through those different levels, and I'm glad to get the opportunity, and hopefully it continues to open more doors.
Jeff, on the surface, it looks like it might be kind of almost a seamless transition. We know better than that, but the fact that you spent a year here, you've dealt with the media as a head coach in Grand Rapids, all things that go into being a head coach of a National Hockey League team, watching Mike Babcock do it for a year, from a media standpoint and all the business side of it, I'm sure that 1 year has to be incredibly valuable to you, right?
Incredibly valuable. I think when you first come to the NHL, there's an awe factor involved with it. Once you're here, you kind of understand that it's the best league in the world, it's the best players, but it's another hockey league, and the coaching principles that have carried you up until this point absolutely apply. And I think you learn an exponential amount in that 1 year. 1 year compared to 10 years is different, but 1 year compared to none is enormous. And so that year was incredible for me, and it'll certainly help prepare me for this moment.
And also seamless in a sense from a player standpoint, because everybody knows you have a great relationship with so many players that are currently here in Detroit, others that are going to be working up through the system that you've coached in Grand Rapids. So from that standpoint too, again, we know it's not seamless, but it's the closest thing to it.
Yeah, I think and we can hit the ground running a little bit from a relationship standpoint. They know, a lot of guys know what I'm about. Now, not all of them. I was in a different role here as an assistant than I will be as the head coach, and so there'll be a little adjustment period that way. But having coached so many guys in Grand Rapids that are here, and so many others knocking on the door, that will certainly help with the transition.
I look around this building right now. Just think about what this day means. A building that's very familiar in the world of hockey. A trademark, the Red Wings, that is about as familiar as there is in sports. I mean, you are now the head coach of the Detroit Red Wings.
I think about I'd love to be sitting here a year from now with this rink full and us still playing. That's what I think about. It's a great building and great thing to be a part of. I'm excited about it. Now let's go to work and bring great things here.
And the timing's great too. You got great fan bases, we all know. Good young team, and a new building coming up here in a couple of years.
Yeah, that'll be an exciting time for sure. But as you know me, the immediate focus is let's get to work and try to get ready to have as good a year possible as next year.
So in other words, let's end this interview right now. We're done, Bob.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Coach, congratulations. Right over here to our right-hand side is where you basically is your second home here at Joe Louis Arena. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for everything through the years as well.